Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our February school board meeting. For information's sake, we had an executive session earlier, and we have exited that in order to begin this meeting. So I'll call this meeting to order. I will offer the pledge, after which, as an invocation, we will have a moment of silence.
I'll move to approve the agenda as presented.
Do you want to do that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that was first, wasn't it?
I was going to do that after, but okay.
Sorry,
All right.
my bad.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all.
Thank you. We'll now have a moment of silence. Thank you, everyone. Now I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 2.2, discussion regarding call to order. Dr. Farnsworth, you want me to?
Yeah, Mr. President, go ahead and.
Okay. So we have thought long and hard about the issues that we've had regarding opposition to our holding an invocation at the beginning of our meetings. I've spoke to several people in different governing bodies, elected officials, and we do play by a little bit of different rules than other elected governing bodies. At any rate, at this point in time, we feel like what would be best for the overall representation of the children in our district, that we are going to now hold a moment of silence for our invocation on each of our school board meetings from here on out. Am I missing anything, Dr. Farnsworth?
No, sir.
Okay. With that said, we'll move on to item 3, approval of meeting minutes. 3.1.
I move to approve the January meeting minutes as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item 4.1, ratification of expense and payroll vouchers, tax credits, and activity accounts. You get this one.
Thank you. I did note some items from the vouchers, just some large amounts that you might have had some questions on.
I move to approve the financial agenda items as presented.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Item 5.1, fine arts recognition, Dr. Farnsworth and our music folk.
Come on down, Ms. Whipple. And Mr. Pulsifer, come on down. We've got some great news.
Aye.
So while the kids are coming down, we would just like to recognize the 70 students from Sholo High School who were selected based on their auditions and their work and effort that they put in to participate this weekend, tomorrow and Saturday, in the Arizona Music Educators Association Northeast Region Large Group Festival. We don't have all of them here tonight. They are very busy kids.
You said 70, 70?
7-0. Yeah. So we had some kids who made multiple groups, and we had kids that they're just very ambitious. And so on the choir side, We had 51 who qualified for the 100-member choir. Some of those are duplicates doing band or orchestra. And then we also had 3 of the 4 students placed first in their sections. There were 4 sections. We had 3 of them that were first chairs. And in the other section, our student was second chair. And so we're very proud of them for that. We had 27 students who were in the top 40 of those 4 sections. Sholo just kind of dominated it this year, and I'm just going to say it. So we are super proud of the choir kids and the effort and the work that they put in. For those of you who don't know what this audition entails, they have to sing a vocal solo and then do a musicianship test, which is single line sight reading and then sing in a 4-part harmony, performing their part. So we had some really impressive sight reading scores. They were higher than they've ever been. And we had compliments even from the judges about how the end of the day was very much appreciated at the ability of the sight reading that the kids performed with. So I just want to tell all of our choir kids we are super proud of them and congratulate them on a job well done. And I'm excited for them to represent Sholo tomorrow. We'll be performing in Holbrook Saturday at 2 o'clock. If anybody would like to come and watch the concert, it begins at 2 with the band and then the orchestra, and then the choir will perform at the end. So I'll let Mr. Pulsifer talk about the instrumental side.
Yeah, really exciting for us. We did have 24 that auditioned, and we had 24 that got in, which was absolutely incredible. I did not think that was going to happen. They all worked hard, but it's a really competitive competition, and they did great. Same sort of things. They have some prepared excerpts that they have to perform for judges, and on the instrumental side, they have to perform to a wall. It's a blind audition, and that's really awkward for the students at first. So they really stepped it up. They did lots of practice. They worked hard. And like I said, every single one of them got in. And on the band side, we had the flute will be a Sholo person in the first chair. The clarinet will be from Sholo, first chair. The trumpet will be first chair. And 2 people from percussion as well, which is unusual. On the orchestra side, the first violin was first chair. The viola was first chair, the cello was first chair, and also the first 4 cello and viola spots were all from Sholo. So they did a really, really great job.
That is awesome.
Congratulations.
Great.
So congratulations to our amazing kids. So thanks for letting us come here today.
Thank you for coming. Congratulations.
Good job.
Congratulations, everyone.
Oh, way to go.
I know it would be tough, and Mr. President, I think it's worthy of a picture, even though it's going to be all crammed in.
Squeeze in.
Yeah.
I think we need to try to get a good picture here.
You guys all squeeze in. You know how to do it.
All people in the back,
Squeeze in.
shorter folks in the front. Squeeze in like you like each other.
I'm not even touching the ground. Oh. You.
We might have to go outside.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Parents, this is your chance. If your parents get up there. Good job, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Great job, guys. Thank you for representing us. It's amazing.
Okay. 5.2, student and staff recognition, Dr. Farnsworth and Mrs. Didering.
Mrs. Didering from Linden, I know she's in the back. She'll have to wait for all these teenagers to get out. But we have a staff and I believe 2 students from Linden. If you all want to come up to the front.
I don't wait for the line to go.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna start with Sophia. Okay, how is everybody?
Great.
It's Valentine's, the best day.
I love your sweater.
Thanks. So I'm here to honor these amazing students and this amazing teacher tonight. So I'm going to start with Sophia. Oops, sorry, Sophia. This is Sophia, and this is her first year at Linden like me. And she has already made a lasting impression on students and staff alike. She is one of the kindest students I know, and from the moment she arrived, everyone gravitated toward her, wanting to be her friend. While she may be quiet at first, she has a bright energy and a wonderful sense of humor. Always ready to include those around her, Sophia consistently follows our school-wide expectations and strives for excellence in everything she does. Her teacher describes her as one of the biggest lights in my day. She works diligently on every assignment, treats everyone with respect, and has the brightest smile in Arizona. That's from Mrs. Farrager. Her peers admire her for being hardworking, caring, responsible, and artistic. Her positive attitude and integrity shine through in everything she does, and we're incredibly lucky to have her as part of our Linden family. I'm so happy she's up here. So, Sophia, I have a couple of things for you, but once I get everything, well, I'll give it to you, okay? Okay, I'm going to introduce Vander. This is Vander. Vander is a 4th grade student at Linden, and he is truly an all-around amazing kid. He's easygoing, a friend to everyone, and always seems to know when someone needs a helping hand. He never wants anyone to feel left out and goes out of his way to make sure those around him feel welcome and valued. Vander consistently embodies our PBIS expectations of being responsible, respectful, safe, and kind. But more than anything, he exemplifies kindness in everything he does. His teacher describes him as a student who exemplifies a wide range of admirable character traits. He's not only hardworking and determined, but also a loyal and supportive friend. Always there to listen, offer guidance, and make others feel valued. From Mrs. Stephanie, okay? His peers see him as diligent, compassionate, generous, and inspiring. Vander's integrity and kindness make him a true asset to our school community, and we're incredibly lucky to have him as part of our Linden family. I consider myself lucky to have the opportunity to get to know him this year. Thank you, Vander. Okay. Mrs. Ramirez. I know. Probably she does not like, but she should be. Okay. Sherry Ramirez was voted by the staff to represent Linden Elementary as our A+ teacher, a title she most certainly deserves. From the moment I arrived at Linden, Sherry was the first to reach out and offer her support, a reflection of the warmth and generosity she brings to our entire school community. A national board certified teacher, Sherry's expertise shines in everything she does. There's a calming and zen-like presence about her that creates an environment where students feel safe, supported, and ready to learn. Sherry Ramirez is the heart of her classroom. The moment you step into her room, you feel the warmth, see students fully engaged, and witness a space, a space where learning happens naturally. She meets every student where they are, guiding them toward becoming confident readers and eager learners. Beyond her impact on students, Sherry is dedicated, compassionate, and a supportive leader. As part of the leadership team, she's always ready to dive into the data and collaborate to support all students. Her colleagues describe her as harmonious, knowledge, kind, and inspiring. Her dedication, kindness, and unwavering commitment to excellence make her an irreplaceable part of the Linden family. We're truly lucky to have her, and I could easily spend all day in her classroom just watching the impact she has on her students. So. Okay. For you guys, these fun certificates. Okay. And I have something in here. So you have a little gift in here because I'm a mom, and what's the best than to go to the toy aisle and say, we'll wait for you. Right? So you go use the gift card in there. This is for you, Vander. And this is for Mrs. Ramirez. Thank you.
Maybe we should.
I agree.
this-
We
this
are
dumb
so
podium
lucky
is-
to have you. And I'm so lucky. Thank you for all you do.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Sophia, can I shake your hand?
Congratulations, Vander.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, good job,
You're the
Vander.
best, ladies.
Vander,
I love
are your
you.
parents here?
Proud of you. Yes. You're very welcome.
Are Sophia's and Vander's parents here?
Thank you.
Stand up, if you
Sophia,
would. Thank you guys for what you do at home. Okay, 5.3 staff recognition. Mrs. Douglas, Dr. Farnsworth.
We had a recognition for Whipple Elementary last month, and their teacher was busy coaching. And so we're glad she could make it tonight.
Which we have to hurry because she's got to get to the game in Snowflake. So I'm going to read fast, but
Okay.
I also have to acknowledge before we even start. So Ida and her team, unfortunately, were all the teachers who were misplaced in our flood. So they're all at different avenues in our school, so far away, and they've done it so well. So I'm pretty impressed. But I'll go fast so you can go. It's with great pride that I announce the recognition of our very own Ida Carpenter as Whipple Ranch Elementary's legendary teacher. She was chosen by our colleagues for her unwavering commitment to education. Ida's journey here at Whipple Ranch is a true testament to the power of hard work, dedication, and an unrelenting passion for helping all students succeed. Ida actually began her path with us as a substitute teacher. She subbed for me when I taught kindergarten. And she quickly became an important part of our community. Her involvement didn't stop there. She also generously volunteered for the PTSO for many years, and she does a lot for her church as well. Her hard work and dedication to the betterment of our school didn't go unnoticed, and before long, she was hired as a full-time teacher. Over the years, Ida has become an irreplaceable member of our staff. She consistently exemplifies the qualities we hold dear, which are perseverance, integrity, and kindness. As a teacher, she is not only hardworking and patient, but she is also tenacious in finding ways to help each student succeed. She is a leader, a role model, and a friend to all cross her path. Ida's approachability and willingness to collaborate with her colleagues ensures that she always does what is best for the students. Her ability to nurture and support those around her, whether they are students or her fellow staff members, is a gift that she has. Ida's compassion, loyalty, and genuine care for others are evident in everything she does. She creates an environment where students feel valued, encouraged, confident, and her commitment to fostering their growth is unwavering. Her dedication to her craft is second to none, and her impact on our school community is immeasurable. Ida is a teacher who leads by example. She embodies all the qualities we strive for in our educators: a kind heart, a strong work ethic, and an unyielding drive to make the world a better place, one student at a time. We are incredibly fortunate to have her on our team. Ida, you are more than just a teacher. You are a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration, and a true friend. Your dedication to our students in school makes you irreplaceable, and we are so proud to call you our legendary teacher.
You gotta take a picture.
Would you like to take your full certificate?
Oh, and just hold it.
hi. You are a legend. Thank you, Ida.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for waiting too. I apologize.
No.
Did you get it?
Don't get it.
Ida.
Ida, you going to girls basketball,
Boys.
Snowflake, we play Snowflake.
right? Girls, right? Girls. Do not, please do not lose. Yes.
Right, good luck.
Maybe we should adjourn the meeting and all go to the game.
Streaming it tonight. So.
Okay. Good luck, safe travels. Item 5.4, principal reports. Anybody have any comments or anything pertaining?
Lots going on.
Yes, thank you so much for those.
Thanks for all you do.
5.5, governing board self-evaluation discussion.
I thought it looked great.
So did I. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Thanks for keeping it under 30 pages, so John will do
Oh,
it.
it- The
Uh-huh.
original
Right
was
at
72
29.
questions.
It was great.
It was, okay, so we're good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, and we're not, this is not a
It's not an action
action
item.
item, right? Okay. 5.5, oh, no, that was just it, sorry. 5.6, first read of model policies and procedures 5-203, 1-301, 5-204, 5-408. Dr. Farnsworth.
So it's really a bunch of formatting. If you look through the suggested changes, it's a lot of formatting issues. Again, this is a first reading. There's nothing, we're not taking any action. And we'll bring this back to a full vote next month, but just wanted you to have time to see it. I had the director of special education read over these policies to make sure there was nothing grandiose that we needed to modify in our programs, and there's not. It's all standard.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Item 5.7, superintendent report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Board President. Still trying to do a lot of community outreach. I'm still, working closely with the city manager on a variety of things. I had the pleasure of going to a recent conference down in Phoenix to get some updates. I'm still visiting with the Navapache superintendents and communicating with them, and just having frequent conversations about different things on district level. The biggest event, which is kind of a sad event, was the flooding at Whipple and the auditorium. That took a lot of time, energy. We're still working through those things. So those are ongoing things. The trust for insurance has been notified, so they're aware. Restore Pro, I do want to say publicly that Restore Pro, they have been amazing to work with, and they've been coming in and cleaning and restoring classrooms and buildings and making sure they're safe for us to rehab at those areas. Another big item of note that I want to just bring to your attention, we've been meeting with all of the campus principals and now with the directors to go over staffing for next year. So we're looking at class sizes, we're looking at their current staffing models, what does their office look like, paraprofessionals, teachers, and it's been a great conversation to sit down and talk with each one, to look at their needs, to look at the district needs, and I'm happy with that process where they've been able to communicate with us and we communicate with them about their staffing for next year. I just want to thank some of the board members. Well, I want to thank all of the board members. We had our first District Visions Committee meeting, and I'm thankful for those of you that could have made it. And we have our next one February 27th, I want to say. And so we're in the process of planning that one, but I'm super excited about the community, their input to helping us, look to the future. And then I put on there all the end of the year events, so you can put those on your calendar, because it's going to get pretty hectic pretty quick. And some of those may change because of scheduling or whatnot, but I wanted you to have those so you could make your schedules known.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's really helpful. End of report?
That's all I have at this
Okay,
time.
perfect. Okay, call to the public. Please remember, we've got about 3 minutes. Is that thing working now? Okay. We've got 3 minutes. Please state your name when you come up. Ashley McCleve.
Ashley McLeave. I want to say thank you for choosing to represent all of your constituents rather than just the Christian ones. So my prepared speech isn't necessary, but I do still have a few thoughts to share. You called us an opposition. I'm interested as to why. We came to you, offered to give you invocations to work with you so everyone was represented. Mr. President, you chose to say that thank you for your input, but we will continue to do it our way. That's what the email said. Interesting that when we come to you with respect via email and offered to help, you dismissed us, your constituents. When we taught our kids to voice their opinions respectfully, you decided they couldn't. We spoke, you spoke over us. We only wanted everyone to be represented, and you did not. So based on the facts, you were the opposition. You didn't even come to the conclusion to represent your constituents equally on your own. You had to ask others if you have to. That's kind of sad. And just so your constituents know how you operate, a man who only wanted to have you respect non-Christian children and families that you are responsible for, you trespassed him, so he can't even pick up his children. You arrested him tonight. And that is so sad because you felt threatened. And I hope that everyone else on the board will not let Mr. President steamroll his constituents that way. Max came to you with respect and offered to help. And instead, you arrested him tonight because you didn't want to respect him to begin with. He doesn't have to respect you if you don't respect him. And Mr. President did not to begin with. So while I'm very happy that you've chosen to include everyone outside of Christians, which I am a Christian, I still think you have a lot of work to do.
Thank you. Next is Jane Wood.
Since you arrested his father, he decided to go help him out of jail. But this was his speech.
Okay, thank you. And next is Ron Wood.
That's the speech that she just gave.
Oh. This is Jane Wood. I assume Jane isn't going to speak to us. And Ron left. Okay, perfect. All right. That concludes call to the public. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. Item 7.1, classified personnel and employment. Dr. Farnsworth?
Thank you, Mr. President. If you will look on that agenda 7.1, you can see that there are several classified hirings that we're going to be recommending for you. And you can see the committees and they're a little bit about each one. And at the bottom, you'll see the substitutes that we're recommending. And then we do have some athletic hirings. We did hire a new soccer coach for next school year. So that person's on there. And so I just recommend
I didn't see it on there. So who is that?
at the very, very bottom.
In there. There you go.
Why am I not seeing it? Oh, right here.
Look on your screen.
It's like, okay, got it. I make motion to approve as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item 7.2, classified transfers, resignations, and terminations. Dr. Farnsworth.
As always, it seems like we have a plethora of transfers and resignations in our hourly folks. And you can see the action of this past month. And we're asking you to approve those recommendations.
I I move to approve the classified transfers, resignations, and terminations as presented.
A second?
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. 7.3, certified transfers, resignations, terminations.
So it's beginning to be that time of year, so you can see we have 2 teachers that have resigned effective at the end of this contract year. That really helps us so we can start advertising and looking to recruit for those positions. And so those are the 2 recommendations we ask you to approve for tonight.
I move to approve the resignations as presented with a thank you.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item 7.4, activity, personnel, employment.
In this agenda item, you can see we have 2 athletic head coaches. One is for this year, and then one is for next school year, just so they can start preparing, summer activities and whatnot. And then you have our head golf coach that we're asking you to approve for this school year.
I move to approve as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 7.5, adopt our 25, 26, 26, 27 school calendars.
I want to thank 2 people specifically. There's a lot of people I'd like to thank, but Beth Marsh and Nikki Pike, our HR, and Shaylee Davis, they worked with a well-rounded committee. And one of the tasks I gave them was to develop a 2-year calendar so we could kind of forecast different things that we need to do, and which they did. And so I hope you can take a moment and, if you haven't already, look at the 2-year forecast. And when you don't work Fridays with kids and you want fall break and spring break, you have limited options on how creative the calendar can be. So any
Maybe
questions?
you can review what the start and ending dates are for the 2 years. I'm sure the public will want to kind of know what we're looking at.
There's always been that like, why are we starting so early? And when you put in a week for fall break and a week for spring break, you kind of are forced.
Forget about the 2 weeks at Christmas.
Yeah, and the 2 weeks, you're kind of forced to start that early, especially if you don't work Fridays, right?
Right.
If kids came to school Fridays, then we could probably start later. But since it's only a 4-day work week, then we have to move a little bit earlier into the summer, I guess.
I'd like to thank them for their work and impressed by how quickly they got it done. So thank you.
They're awesome.
I see that.
I thought you guys did a great job, and I'm really glad that we're able to present to the public and to parents. So, that they can plan for future trips and, future things that they need to do. So I was really pleased with them, so thank you. And with that, I'll move to approve as presented.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Item 7.6, high school 25, 26 school year course description book.
So I want to excuse the high school principal. He asked me if he should be here, and I said, well, you need to go be at the playoff game. Right. So go to Snowflake and cheer on our Cougars. This is the time of year where we start doing early registration for the next school year. So this is a standard agenda item that we're bringing to you to look at the changes of the handbook so they can then meet with kids and start doing the course selections for the next school year. I did not see anything that was super different than what we've already done, just some minor changes on courses and some crosswalks. And then he's also included the new expectations that we already approved.
I appreciated him giving us an outline of the changes that were done, so we didn't have to.
You didn't have to go hunt through it, yeah.
Exactly, so I did appreciate that.
I'll move to approve the Shola High School 25, 26 school year course description handbook.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. 7.7, wellness policy. Ms. Davis.
This is the wellness policy that is required by ADE for specifically for the nutrition program, but we follow it throughout the whole district. We are being audited, an administrative audit this year, and be happening on April 30th. So this is a requirement Unfortunately, we have not ever approved this, so this is something that needs to be done. So ask that you approve this wellness policy. This will be reviewed annually, and then we will make changes accordingly. And then every 3 years, we really have to look at the whole thing by a committee and make major changes if need be.
I move to approve the wellness policy as
Sec-
presented.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. 7.8, school properties disposal.
These is just some iPads that are no longer able to be used anymore, so we just need to get rid of them. They'll go to auction, and somebody will use them for parts.
I move to approve all school property items as presented for disposal.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
A second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. 7.9, meal charge policy.
This too is required to have a meal charge policy. With that, inside there, it says that we would offer an alternative meal. We will not offer an alternative meal. They will get a regular meal. It also states that we wouldn't allow charged meals at the end of the school year, the last 10 days of school. That is, we will also do that. But we do have to have a policy in place. But we don't necessarily have to follow some of those policies, but we do have to have it in place. So it's very basic, but we are working on some new processes so that we can get information out to the parents, letting them know that they do have a balance on the child's account through email and through some alternative methods. What did we call it?
Text messages,
Yeah, text messages.
no blasts.
Yeah,
call
so
the
we're
phone.
working.
They'll get an automated phone call.
Yes. So we'll be working with technology to do a much better job with that in the future.
Thank you. I move to approve the meal charge policy as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item 7.10, staff out-of-state travel.
So we have some out-of-state travel. ASBO puts on their spring conference, which is in Laughlin, Nevada. It's actually one of the less expensive conferences, but ASBO puts on amazing conferences for our staff. So this one is geared a lot towards maintenance and operation and transportation. So Frank's supervisory staff and himself will be going. Myself and Nicole Pike, they have HR classes there. And then Jamie Ramsey, our grants person. And just FYI, Jamie will actually be presenting at this conference.
Great.
So we're very excited to have her do that. So we have that conference, and that's in April. And then I typically attend the Tyler Tech conference this year it's in San Antonio, to increase my skills on our ERP software. So that's our financial software. We're actually moving to a better version of it. So it's definitely important that I go so that I definitely know better to use this new software. We're really excited to move up to, it's a cloud-based version of the current software, and it's got much better capabilities than what we're using now. So we're actually pretty excited. We've seen a demo, and the upgrade is not going to cost us too much more than what we're paying now. So we're pretty excited.
Yeah, important to keep up with the times.
Absolutely.
I move to approve where are we?
10.
Oh, no. Are we past point 1?
7.10.
I move to approve the out-of-state travel for staff.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. 7.11, student club. Dr. Farnsworth.
Thank you, Mr. President. The high school would like to start a new club called the Best Buddies Club. And so when I talked to the high school principal, he shared with me just briefly that they had a new student come in from another district, and she was part of this Best Buddies Club at her old school, explained it to the principal, and really it's an opportunity for special needs students and gen ed students to be more closely aligned and integrated together, going to pep rallies together, games together, and just being more inclusive. And so he's recommending, and I concur, that this would be a great club for these kids to kind of think outside their normal social circle and include others who may not typically be someone to be included. And so I recommend that we approve this club.
I loved reading about it, and I'm excited for that. So I move to approve the student club as presented.
I'll second.
I third.
All four. Do we need to vote? Okay. So I have motion and second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We would boo you if you opposed. So
I
motion passes.
love the idea. I'm so glad they came up with that, and congratulations to the students who brought this to us and put it together. It's a wonderful incentive. And,
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Moving on to 7.12, gifts and donations. Dr. Farnsworth.
We've got 4 donations, and just want to thank the Elks Lodge for their donations for dictionaries at Nicholas Homestead, the Sholo Youth Recreation and Sports Foundation for their generous donation to help with the senior trip. Carolyn Pinkard, she gave a donation that can be used however the campus deems appropriate, and then our normal Highline vending rebate, I guess is what you would call it, but we would recommend that you approve those 4 donations.
I move to approve as presented.
I'll
With a
second.
big thank you. I forgot to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second and a ton of thanks. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. 7.13, March meeting date. Dr. Farnsworth, what you got in mind?
The typical meeting date is scheduled over spring break, and we know we have principals gone, staff gone, maybe a little bit challenging. So we would like to ask you, do you want to meet the week before spring break or the week after spring break? What would be the best?
Either of those work for me at the moment.
Same with me.
I'm sitting here thinking if we move it till after spring break, because we're getting in this time of year where we have to prepare contracts, teacher contracts, work agreements. Shaylee, what do you think about doing the week after spring break?
The only problem with that is contracts, we can send them out on March 15th. If we wait till after, a lot of districts have already sent out contracts.
So the earliest we can, by statute, send out a teacher contract is March 15th. That's the earliest we could send it out. So we're talking a week.
We are.
So
But we could.
what's that got to do with the
Too,
meeting
right?
date?
Yeah,
And then you guys send them
So
out
if-
after the
That would be for
15th.
March 15th.
correct. So if we met before spring break, we could approve the teacher contracts. And then.
Oh, so we're not going to approve that until the 20th, is what you're
Well,
saying?
no, we have to have it out by the 15th.
Well, that's first day it could go up.
That's the first day they can.
Right.
So when can you guys be ready to pull off another board meeting? I mean, I know.
Can you do the 6th? Would that be better for you? Right? Is that what you're saying?
See, that's,
I can do it whenever, but it's Nikki that does the,
that's my question, is are we going to be ready on the 6th if I almost like a little bit
I'm
of
gonna say
cushion.
no.
I like a little cushion if we do it the week after spring break, because we're only going to miss the 15th by a couple days.
Yeah.
And that gives us the spring break to get all the teacher contracts prepped and ready.
And we'll have
I think I'd rather err on the side to give us more time. Can we do the week after spring break?
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Whatever works.
March 20?
Would you want to do a special session to
March 20th.
approve contract offers prior to?
I'm sorry.
Just that one item?
Uh-huh. Just for contract offers? I mean,
we're talking a couple days. Like if we were to do a special one on that Monday, I think if we stick with the 20th.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
I
You all right
think,
with that?
For me.
great.
yeah.
All right. So I'll entertain a motion to move our March regular meeting from the 13th to the 20th.
I second.
Okay.
Who's first?
Make a move to do so.
I make a motion to move the next school board meeting to March 20th.
Perfect.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Item 7.1, are there any other future agenda items that anybody needs to? Okay. If you come up with something, let Courtney and or Dr. Farnsworth or me know, and we'll, okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
A second?
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you all for being here. Look forward to seeing you next month. Come and see us if you need anything. Thanks.